Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of Hometown Happenings.
Yay!
So this season, we're doing things a little bit different. We are going to try to do it real podcast style with no video.
And better audio.
So today, we have some guests with us. We have Beta Upsilon. So we have Abby and Haley with us from Beta Upsilon. And they're going to tell us a little bit about their organization and some of the upcoming events they have and the things that they like to do in the community. Haley, tell us a little bit about Beta Upsilon.
So Beta Upsilon is our local chapter here in Harrison of Epsilon Sigma Alpha, our international organization. It's been around for many, many, many years. We have members who have been in it here locally even for over 30 years, very long time. The mission is good friends, good works, good times. So, part of what we do is get together, have fun, just do like socials to have fun. We do pool parties. But at the end of the day, we are really about, raising money for different causes or even just volunteering our time anywhere that we can.
This sounds like fun.
Yeah, you like pool parties.
Yeah.
Socializing.
Oh, well, not that part, but the water part.
Yeah, anything in water. You're like a fish.
Mermaid.
I don't get mermaid
Over
advice.
30 years, people participate. That's commitment.
Oh, yeah.
Legit commitment.
You can't commit to anything.
I committed to this with you.
Beta Upsilon has over 30 years in Harrison. They have several members. They meet once a month. Now,
But they have charities that they support. So you guys mentioned earlier when I was making you chit chat before we started recording, St. Jude is a big one.
Yes. Yeah. So that is the charity or one of them that we support at the international level. So every chapter and whatever level within ESA supports St. Jude. So, that is something that has become really important to us. So we've learned a lot about it through Beta Upsilon and ESA. And it is just so cool. The support that they provide for those families, the fact that none of them go home with a bill.
Right.
Is really nice.
Yeah, because they're already going through the worst time of their life, essentially.
Absolutely.
So the financial strain that can put on a family, I can't imagine. Mm-hmm. So you guys have an event here coming up soon. Is that going to support St. Jude? Is that where those proceeds are going?
Yes. So in October, on October 19th, we have our Halloween Hustle 5K, and all of the proceeds from that do go to benefit St. Jude. We have got some really cool T-shirts this year for it. We're getting some fall-themed medals, got pumpkins on them. So we're really excited about it and hoping to grow the event this year.
That sounds pretty cool. Where do you go to sign? Do you have to pre-register?
Yes, you can register online. You can find it on Run Sign Up. Okay. If you just go on there and search for Halloween Hustle, it should come up. Or you can find us on Facebook and get to the event through there.
Okay. So show notes.
Yeah, I was going to say we need to put that link in our show notes. What does it cost to sign up?
It is $35.
$35. Okay. And where did you tell me earlier that the race is at?
So it starts down at the Anstaff Bank Soccer Complex, and then you just you got to do 2 laps this year because we can't go as far because of the bridge construction. You just run that loop around there and then up as close to the bridge as you can get and back.
You want to run that?
I don't want to run. We can walk it, but I don't run anywhere.
Locally, what kind of charity events do you guys do on a local level?
So locally, the biggest one we do is our Christmas shopping program. We call it Clothes for Kids. We'll take one kid from each local school. They get to go to Walmart with us, and they have a $150 spending limit, and they get clothes, shoes, socks, whatever they need. And then Walmart also gives them a gift every year, so that part is really cool. They get something to play with, too. And then we also invite a counselor or administrator from the school, and they get to spend $600, I believe it is, to buy things like that for all the other kids at their school who might need something. And to support that, we have the Mr. and Miss Harrison pageant.
So I was about to ask you, what other things do you do to raise money for that? So Mr. and Miss Harrison, when do you guys do that?
It's usually in the spring. I think this year it was in May.
April. It was in April.
Okay. It was in
Near
April.
Crawdad Days, right?
A couple weeks before usually. Yeah.
Because they can participate in Crawdad Days things if they, pageant winners kind of thing.
Okay, so do people sign up to be a candidate in said pageant? Is that how this works?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Robin Reeves, I'm sure most people know Robin, takes care of the whole pageant for us, and she does a great job. And so she sends sign-up forms out to the local schools. She'll have them at the cake shop, at the dress shop. And you can just sign your kiddo up. She'll even take them day of, typically.
And they do have a little boys part of it. And
do.
a lot of pageants don't. At least not up to a certain age, but this one does.
If somebody wanted to join, how do they do that?
They could reach out to us on Facebook. That's probably the best way to get in touch with us.
Does somebody have to sponsor you, or you just be like
Lions Club?
hey, I want to join your group?
Right. So we do technically, like I was her sponsor, but it's kind of chilled out recently because like a lot of organizations, we are struggling a little bit to get new members.
Yeah.
So if somebody's interested, they can just kind of say, hey, what's this all about? We're actually inviting some new people to our October meeting to kind of just show them what we do. So yeah, just, reach out to us if you know anybody that's in Beta Upsilon.
You should go to their October meeting.
I kind of am thinking about it. When is your October meeting?
It's October 1st at 5:30.
Where's it at?
We have them at North Arc.
Oh, cool. Okay, I can do that.
And you can take your green drink and go mingle, make friends.
We are going to have cookies.
Okay. Okay.
I bet they have stuff from the cake shop all the time. You'd be down.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Sugar, it's your thing.
That's not completely accurate.
Okay, what did you have for breakfast?
An apple Danish.
With a side of green apple Red Bull drink.
Oh, why are you being hateful today? I
And
had
then
tacos
what did you
for lunch?
What was on top of those tacos?
Pineapple.
Chutney. It was very sugary and sweet.
It was fantastic.
And
There's pork on there. That's not sugar.
Where are the tacos from?
The only restaurant that I seem to eat at. I get stuck in the same. I don't do well with change when it comes to food, and I'll stay on a path for 3 or 4 months, and then I will change it up. And before it was the salmon at Jamie's, and now we may have transitioned to Sweet Honey since they opened.
She frequents Sweet Honey. She needs like a subscription to there versus, like actually paying. Carly, if you're listening to this, Drea needs a subscription to your restaurant. Mm-hmm. And they got some pretty good cheesecake down there too, by the way.
Oh, I do love cheesecake.
It's really good. We get off topic and go down rabbit trails and all the things. But October the
Speaking
19th.
of trails.
We're going to go down a trail at Ann Staff Soccer Complex to the Hustle 5K to raise money for St. Jude's.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, since it's the Halloween hustle, are costumes
encouraged?
Yes.
Oh my
we can
gosh.
do it in our Harry Potter robes.
Please do.
Oh my gosh. Sure. We can. And if you don't want to, I'll take Luke in your place.
I was going to say, is Luke going to let me wear his robe?
Yeah. I've already gotten it all 8-year-old approved.
Oh my God. We're going to walk the 5K
in our
Harry Potter robes with wands.
Yeah.
FYI, she's a Slytherin.
I'm a Ravenclaw.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Oh my God, we're all in the room. Oh my gosh. If this wasn't meant to be, I don't know what is.
I know, right? Well, thank you guys so much for coming on our podcast.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Okay, so since this is episode 1 of season 3, I feel like we should definitely hit on some what's changed in our real estate market here locally.
Yes, for sure. I feel like the numbers that we pulled recently are showing that we're kind of moving into a buyer's market over a seller's market.
Right, I agree with you.
But interest rates are starting to trend down.
Yeah, we did have them dip into the 4s there for a second or two. I don't know where they're at right now.
I don't know yet this week, but I saw last week a specific lender sent me something that had FHA at 4.8. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So not all lenders were in the 4s, but this particular one was in the 4s, which I was like, yeah.
Right.
But
the best news.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like houses are staying on the market longer. We have more listings.
Right.
So that's
more options
where we're trending into that buyer's market, but people are still buying.
Right.
It's just not the craziness that we've had in the past. And I think because of where we have been to where we are now, we have people with unrealistic expectations.
Agreed.
So you just need to be educated up front so you know it's going to take me a little longer than it did. So overall, going into the fall real estate market is a different season because, kids are in school and so you don't see as much movement as far as people buying and selling simply because, who wants to transplant their kid from one school to the next in the middle of a school year and stuff like that, unless you're just moving across town. That's not always something that happens this time of year.
Especially in the first quarter. We haven't even got first quarter report cards yet.
Yeah. And then, then we move into Christmas and Thanksgiving, which people want to have a place to do the holidays. They don't want to be thinking about packing and stuff like that. So that always tends to,
it's just a slower time.
Right. Not saying that people don't buy and sell because that's not true. For the last 2 years, my best months have been October. So,
right.
People do it, but it just tends to be a different season, like we've said.
Well, then we do find that they're more serious.
Yes.
Less looky-loos.
They know that they're going to be doing all of these things, spending money, for down payments and closing costs and doing all of these serious things during a busy time of year. Do you feel like we've had any challenges in the market recently?
In the market or in this partnership listings, all of our daily in and outs?
No, I'm talking about real estate market.
RD direct loans.
Those are a great benefit for a lot of our home buyers out there who need that lower payment. They need the no down payment. Their payments are very controlled by the government. They have a lot of subsidies and things that help with those payments so they can actually become homeowners. But on the lending side, it can be very difficult for a seller to want to buy in.
So I knew that there is a difference between RD Direct and there's the local lender RD loan. But I didn't know until I had an RD Direct loan client, the negativity that can be seen from a seller's point of view when there's a buyer trying to purchase with an RD Direct loan. And I've been getting a little bit of pushback.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just one of those more difficult loan types because they tend to want a lot of repairs done to the home. And they're not necessarily bad repairs, but it's things that are not always necessary. They're a little nit.
Just a little more pickier than the others.
Yeah.
And
then it makes it hard on, like I said, for the buyer because they really need that loan type to be able to get into a home.
Right. And it allows them to maybe purchase a little more home that they need.
For less money a month.
Right. But the other thing that I'm running into is the expected time it takes to close it. Now, we've had an agent here in the office that was able to close one in less than 40 days.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is typical is upwards of 90, sometimes even more than that.
Yeah.
And I can get why a seller wouldn't want to tie up their house
for that long. Yeah. You feel like we're seeing more homes going with the contingency that they need to sell another house than we have in the past?
I don't think so. Not necessarily. Not more of it.
But a lot of our things, their houses haven't been under contract, which has been different than we saw in the past.
Yeah.
So that's another aspect of the contracts that we're having to work through because we don't want to just tie up houses
for long periods of time.
Because there's such a domino effect if one of them doesn't close. But one of the good things right now is that we have a lot of listings. So there are options when people are out looking. If you need a house with a basement, you're probably going to have several to look at in your price point. And
right. And people aren't having to settle.
Yeah. And we're able to get sellers to kind of work a little bit with the buyers.
Right.
I feel like.
And the whole process doesn't feel as rushed. Like, hurry up, it won't be available tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. You're not having to go out there and compete with 9,000 people for one house. And our appraisers are getting their appraisals done in a quick and timely manner and not dragging them along. You have any tips if you're thinking about selling your house, Drea?
it may be a little weird, but a big thing for me is not only when we photograph it, so not only in the prep work to get ready to take the pictures, because it's like online dating, like we've said, and you got to have your best foot forward. So, but not only in that aspect, but it has to be show ready, because they're still going to come in the door. And I would use it as a time to do some purging of items, maybe have a garage sale, but the less full the home appears, and you need to depersonalize. And I think that can make a huge difference.
I also think that I know a lot of times people get really hung up on the way the inside of the house looks, but the first thing people see is the outside of the house when they drive up.
Right.
And so
Tidy
if you can make your front yard look nice and pretty.
And it's not even necessarily that it needs elaborate landscaping. It just tidy up, make it look neat.
Mm-hmm. And it can go a long ways.
Very much so. But these are all things that lead to people, once they're there, it needs to be maintained that way.
Right.
So we can do it for the photos, but it needs to be maintained during the life of the listing.
Yeah, because when people see it online, they get a little annoyed if they show up and it doesn't look the same.
Which is totally fair, because no one wants to be catfished.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the upcoming episodes of the pod. So we told you earlier we're doing things a little bit differently. We're just going to do like video, so like a true pod. No video.
No video.
Just audio. Trying to make things easier for Drea, hopefully. We'll have some B-roll videos, that sort of thing, for you guys to kind of get some insights on what's coming with the podcast.
Well, we are doing this in a new location, so things have changed for us as a team here lately. We've moved into a new office.
Yeah, we got a nice office with a window view. So if you're ever like out and about by Weichert Realtors, we may be here. You should stop and see us.
And drive by like Ben does and wave out the dump truck. Mm-hmm.
He likes us.
We know.
He might be a little biased.
We know. So yeah, we're in a new location. We're remodeling the old location. So it's maybe this way for a little bit. But this is what we're trying out, see how it works. Better quality audio.
Yes.
And we hope you like it. Hopefully you can hear me roll my eyes.
Yeah, because you can't see the eye rolls anymore.
Trust me, they're still here.
We are also hoping to have more guests on our podcast. So we started today with Abby and Haley from Beta Upsilon, and we're hoping to be able to get more people. Like, they reached out to us and wanted to be on the pod, and hopefully we can get some other people that are interested. We would love to have you.
Yeah, we want to help you guys. That's why we started this, was to be helpful in our community, help spread the word about events, charities, anything that we can do to help.
And we are going to do another What a Girl Wants event in February, and there will be more news about that in the coming months. Mm-hmm. And we are going to give you a little bit of insight, I believe, in our next episode about Creekside, because Drea and I did get to go on a tour of Creekside.
Yeah, so if that name doesn't sound familiar, that's the new complex.
Rec Center.
Yeah, Rec Center, the city of Harrison
with
has put
the
together.
in-ground pool.
Very nice. And a convertible roof.
Yeah.
For lack of an appropriate term.
Yeah. So we'll tell you more about that in our next episode. So we already talked about submitting requests. You can message us on our Hometown Happenings Facebook.
If you drive by a home team billboard, our cell phone number is on there. You can text us.
Or you can Google Weichert Realtors and you can find us here.
They won't mind if you call the front office. Steph will forward it to us.
That's right. Meanwhile, you can catch us at the Hustle 5K. We're going to do it right in our Halloween costumes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And in our show notes, we'll have some links to that. Sign up for the Beta Upsilon Hustle 5K.
Also, we almost forgot our Lead Hill event that's coming up.
Fall Festival.
Alex at the farm stand. And if you guys remember back, was it season 1 that we interviewed?
Redeeming the Time farm stand in Lead Hill.
We're huge fans of Alex and everything that she's brought to our little community, and the things that the events that she hosts and all the things. But she is doing a harvest festival again this year. It is September 28th, and I believe it's from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. They have vendors that set up games and stuff that's played. it's a good thing to take kids to. Brings that small town community together. So if you're free, September 28th in the evening, stop by Redeeming the Time for the Harvest Festival.
Well, guys, we're going to sign out for today, but thanks for checking us out. Please like us on all the social media, please.
And give us feedback if you like this audio thing, if you like the video thing better, and, we're trying something new. So let us know. See ya.